Hi, welcome to our final Welcome Week day, Get Connected, where this is an opportunity to learn about the different committees, councils, and interest groups that are taking place in SCRA. And so these are not all that you're going to hear about this evening, but these are just some of the things that we have going on. So if you're interested in getting connected, you're definitely in the right space. And so we're going to just first just I'm gonna pin our first presenter here. And Leo, you can go ahead and introduce yourself and the group that you are chairing.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here and to talk about SARA. It's the Council on Cultural, Ethnic, and Racial Affairs. I'm the new chair for SARA. And Cyndia Colburn is in the role of past chair. She just recently completed, her role. So she's still working very diligently with the group as well. And in the interest of time, I'll just highlight, some of the major pieces of SARA and, some of the things, our current initiatives. And then I'll, like I said, just briefly, so that we can have more time for questions and discussions a little bit later. But some of the major pieces in terms of the MERA, in terms of our mission, SARA's mission, we represent issues of cultural diversity and promote the concerns of Black, Indigenous, people of color, BIPOC, as a focus of community research intervention. We also promote the concerns and well-being of BIPOC with an interest in community psychology within different areas, for example, academia, practice, and praxis. We promote training, professional development opportunities for BIPOC interested in community psychology. And we also advise SCRA's executive community on matters of concern to BIPOC, in particular, the dismantling of systemic racism, as well as some other issues. Some of our major current initiatives, we do a SARA Sandbox sessions. It's essentially where we kind of connect. It's our monthly SARA meetings that are held on Friday afternoons when classes are in session. In fact, I'll talk a little bit more because our first one is tomorrow. But it's the SARA Sandbox is something that is a space for, I would say, organic conversations and the sharing of content, ideas, quotes, poems, around a topic of interest related to issues of culture, race, and social justice. The conversations that we've been having so far have been, very rich about historical, intergenerational, structural trauma, land loss, among some of the other topics. So it's a space where we kind of co-create together, in terms of what we talk about and where we kind of want to move things and that sort of thing. So anyone who's interested could take the initiative to kind of kick off a conversation or volunteer with a topic. And like I said, we have monthly meetings when school, is in session. So we have a meeting tomorrow, August 25th. It's at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then our next meeting after that is scheduled for September 29th at 3 p.m. And we also do a mini grant program. So it's called the Action for Racial Justice and Equity Fund. It's for community-led, action-oriented projects that have direct impact on an issue of racial justice or equity. We started it last year. We're continuing it this year. An announcement for the new series will be going out shortly, a new call for proposals. We have, last year, we started a self-care and social justice workshop series. So we're going to continue with that this semester too. And, we do some other sorts of pieces, like we do symposium sessions at the biennial, as well as some other pieces. We will be talking about doing like a retreat, for SARA and that sort of thing. But I guess I'll stop there. Thank you so very much. Look forward to a conversation.
Thanks, Leo. And I'm going to, any volunteers that would like to go next?
There we go. I'll go next. Go ahead, Jenny.
All
Hi,
right, just a
everyone.
moment, Bernita, I'm gonna pin you.
Okay.
Um, let's see, Jordan, are you joining this one as
Yes.
well? So let me pin you both.
Mhm.
All right, go for it.
So Jordan and I are chairs of the Early Career Interest Group, and our main goal is to support early career. We actually include grad students, but we support all the way from grad students through 10 years post your terminal or last degree. And part of our goal is to create a space of support and a space of resources, and then kind of a space to kind of share any concerns. We've been really shaping it for almost 4 years now, and we're making a slight pivot. And I'm going to let Jordan share that slight pivot that we're making this fall.
Yeah, instead of doing monthly meetings, we're transitioning to an asynchronous model. We have Discord as a way to share resources and kind of talk about things that pertain to early career. And we deal with a spectrum of people. I myself am still a graduate student working on my doctoral degree, and we have other people who are just finishing up or even just looking into a doctoral program. So from the people who need early career help, CVs, resumes, cover letters, that type of thing, we want to have a platform where we can share resources. But also we've noticed kind of like, since we have such an array of people that want to be part of our group, we get different types of groups every month. And so, attendance goes up and down. Sometimes the direction doesn't go in the way people think. So if we are on this Discord model where we can kind of talk to each other about whatever specific things we need, and then do a meeting on demand, if the Discord conversation goes, hey, let's meet in October, then let's do it, especially if, it pertains to school and whatever the topic can transpire. But we're really opening it up to, let's just have a place of resource and conversation. I'm excited about it.
Exactly. Yeah, this is an exciting pivot for us. In October, we do plan to have two speakers. One is a graduate who's been working in the community, and she's from Zimbabwe, so she'll be joining us. And then Jordan will also be speaking with her perspective. So we've had to wait like a year to finally get Jordan to be able to speak. And then we also have opportunities for 3 other professional development speakers who can speak from a decolonized perspective. And so we have an honorarium around that we would like to provide. So we put out flyers and a call, and we'll probably put that out again after the meeting and the video gets posted, so people can see if they're interested in sharing some of their skills. We're looking at people who can speak to funding, and also folks who can speak to unique ways to get jobs, because that's one of the big questions that we have. Sometimes people have a CP degree and they're not exactly sure how they can apply that, and they're not clear all the large range of ways that they can do that. We talked about that at the biennial, a lot about the multitude of unique careers that community psychologists show up in, everything from public health to, we even had some person point out Persian dancing, where they applied their community psych degree. So we want to continue to encourage that. And so we welcome all early career, like we said, graduate students all the way to 10 years. And we also welcome mid and late careers who want to mentor our members. So everyone's welcome. Thanks for having us, Amber. Hi, everybody. Appreciate you.
Thank you both. All right, so who's next? Any volunteers?
I'm happy to go next.
All right, just a moment, Judah. I will get you pinned here.
And Vernita, I'm happy to talk with the group about jobs and career stuff.
All right, take it away.
Great. Good evening, everybody. Judah Viola. I'm currently chair of the SCRAW Publications Committee. It is a group that's responsible for helping to support publications of the society, so SCRAW's owned publications, which are American Journal of Community Psychology, TCP, the Community Psychologist, and the SCRAW book series. In addition, we support other SCRAW supported publications, such as the Global Journal and Community Psych Practice, that Olya might want to talk about later, and other publication initiatives such as open source textbooks. So we help make sure that we have editors in place for each of the different publications, that we have contracts with the publishers that meet the needs and support SCRAW's agenda, and also think about professional development to help SCRAW members, whether they're students, early career members, mid or late career members, to continue to share their work, publish their work, get the word out about all the great stuff that they're doing. So we typically meet, I would say, a couple times a quarter, and it's kind of as needed, depending on if we have a particular search going on at a time. So currently, we're going through a search process for a new editor for the American Journal of Community Psych. So we have a subcommittee that's been meeting more regularly on that. We're currently working on our contract with Wiley, which is the publisher for AJCP. So we've got a subgroup working on that. And then whenever there are things like the SCRAW Biennial Conference or other times where we're putting together professional development activities or presentations, then we'll meet about that. So we did a kind of publications 101 session at the last biennial. So I encourage anyone and everyone to get involved in that. The chair role is different from some of the other positions in that it's appointed by the SCRAW president, and then there are some other specific members. So the editor of the TCP, AJCP, and the book series are kind of automatic members, but any other SCRAW member is welcome to get involved and participate as a member of the committee, and we encourage folks to do that. We've tried to diversify and grow that committee over the last few years, and I think for many years it kind of hovered around 7 to 10 people, and we've increased it to about 15 to 20 folks in the last few years, which is great, and we're happy to get bigger if folks are interested. So I'll stop there.
All right, thanks, Judah.
Sure.
Who would like to share next? Krishna? Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind. I did have a little slide ready. See if I can share my screen.
Okay, I'm gonna give you capability to do that.
Thank you.
And let me know if you're able.
Okay. Right. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, yep, can see your slide deck.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, sorry, I won't be talking word for word, but I will just try and do the best I can. So basically, my name is Krishna Bharti, and I'm currently the chair for the Community Health Interest Group. And really what I kind of have come out here to do is to try to help invigorate this group, because it was going for a while and then it kind of just fizzled out a little bit because there wasn't much interest and there wasn't many people to run the group. So again, I'm just appealing to all the SCRAW members and anybody who might be interested in, you know, helping out or knowing who might be able to help out in putting this group together and helping it move forward. So basically the visions of this group are sort of, as the title suggests, sort of health related. So trying to kind of like eliminate unjust practices that serve to maintain health disparities and unjust practices in marginalized communities, the kind of main things that SCRAW stands for, community justice and all that kind of stuff. Respond to health and well-being needs of diverse communities, improve the quality of life of individuals at local, national and international levels, so trying to reach out more globally to people. The main mission is to uncover the kind of mechanisms that are sustaining these unjust practices, like Certain groups have certain core beliefs and certain values, social norms that kind of maintain these kind of health compromising practices. So it's kind of like really looking at groups at a kind of like intricate level and seeing, you know, what can be done in those places. Sorry if I'm not making much sense, but just trying to yeah, make it flow a little bit. Sorry. So how we aim to do this? Well, by networking and sharing good practice of any kind of sustainable or evidence-based community-informed initiatives, foster meaningful context-specific solutions to help empower individuals and their communities, and also to obviously expand the support of the members in any kind of ongoing work by providing a forum for discussion and collaboration. And also research development. So many of you touched on, you know, the importance of having, you know, resources to kind of like help the mission of the group. And also conducting high quality research to try and gain a deeper understanding of these specific health needs and concerns of various community members. So basically, that's the kind of main vision, aims, and how we aim to try and help the group move forward. So basically, what I'm asking today is the support that's required to help reinvigorate this group, because I believe it has so much potential, because health is everybody's business. So I'm appealing for some admin support to help organize regular meetings, to help provide a platform to share practice, perhaps even conduct some webinars, provide support for people working on health-related projects. They don't have to be research projects, but just something to help get us started. And also to try and put a new website together. So obviously we're trying to start from scratch. So any kind of ideas that would help put this this new kind of web page together would be greatly appreciated. And my contact details are there. And I also have a helper, Eugene Russell, who I met at the conference, who was very, very excited about joining this group to help his kind of professional development. And so he's kind of like put himself forward to try and help me in this mission as a co-chair of this group. So that's our contact details. If anybody's interested, please do get in touch. I'm sorry if that didn't come out very clear, but I only put this slide together about 15 minutes before this session. Sorry.
No worries, Krishna. Thank you. Thank
go.
you for sharing about your group, and for those that are here or that are watching, if you have an interest in health, definitely reach out.
Thank you.
All right, who would like to share next? Hi, Bill. Are you volunteering?
I am.
Okay. There you go.
All right. So, Krishna, it will be great to connect with you. I think I was the first chair of the community health interest group long time ago. And it's never more important than it is today with what we are facing, as you know, with bad information, with folks who believe in all of these conspiracy theories, and we're losing the battle for internet literacy and all of this coming from a very large healthcare system. It's challenging. I look forward to connecting. Let me do 90 seconds on behalf of now past president, former president, Yvette Flores, and on the Fellows Committee. She inherits that now, and we'll move it forward. Fellows status in SCRA is an honor, and we have had the privilege of electing our members to fellow status over the past many years. I think we go back to 1965 and could probably name the first 5 if I could, of people who reached that status. Our challenge is to identify our members who would qualify renew their interest in this designation and honor and recognize them. This, as you probably would all agree, is not a field one goes into for the glory, the money, or the fame. We work to enable our communities. We embrace DEI, the mission and the values of SCRA. And there are many, many who have spent both an early career and a lifetime in pursuing those goals. So Amber has done a phenomenal job of the website. Fellows, you can find the Fellows page on scra.27.org, org or com. I keep forgetting, .org, right, Amber?
Or
And you'll see the qualifications, the application process. You'll see links to former SCRA fellows, an opportunity to connect with those who can help you navigate the process. We'll have a fall deadline coming up for applications. And I would leave you with, I think, two messages that both Amber and Yvette would want to help us identify deserving members who should apply and potentially be recognized for this status. And the second is to self-nominate both yourself or others when you read the qualifications and you find those who you think are well qualified. It's an honor to be among that list. And the very last thing is you will find a list of the fellows on scra.27. And among those people, I wrote about this with some great sense of pride, are people who have helped to build and to shape this field, people who have influenced the lives of so many community psychologists, me in particular, who have become fellows and are willing to pay it forward and to counsel and to advise. It's an extraordinary list of people going way back to the beginnings, and also some very, very current ones. And you will find pictures and bios, right, Amber, of our current class of fellows.
Yep, you will. And we'll also have support sessions for applicants as well. And so please be on the lookout on the listserv and to your membership emails about more information about the upcoming SCRA Fellows application process. All right. Thanks, Bill. Who would like to go next?
I can go.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Let me share the screen. I'm going to be presenting on two different things, so bear with me. Let me start the slideshow. I'll start with introducing myself, of course. My name is Ola Glansman. I am a faculty member at DePaul University, where I do research and teach solely in the community psychology related areas, including both undergraduate and graduate programs. And I am honored to be entering into the co-chairing position on the Council on Education. So I'm not going to read this word for word, but the idea behind the Council on Education is obviously as a society, we have a lot of knowledge that we want shared, but we also want to advocate, support, as well as create educational settings that will allow future community psychologists, both academics, practitioners, and pro-academics, to do what they're doing best, which is essentially make our world better. And what we do is we facilitate access to knowledge and to tools, as well as resources, which I'll talk in a second of how you can get involved. And our group is open to anyone. So at any point, if you're interested, I have some information, contact information later on. But here's a quick vision from Julia, my co-chair, and myself. is we believe that COE is an integral part of SCRA because it provides space for those interested in improving the quality of education, those who want to see programs succeed, and those who want to help disseminate knowledge. Our plan as co-chairs is to spend this year building capacity to support undergraduate, master's, and PhD programs, as well as non-academic community psychology education. So as I mentioned, I am co-chairing this group with Julia. Julia is at the University of Washington, Tacoma. And if you're interested in joining the Council on Education or any particular initiatives that I'll mention in a second, feel free to email us at coe@scra27.org or directly to Julia or myself. Our next meeting tentatively is Wednesday, 9/13, and we will send the details very soon. We hope to see you all there. Here are some of the initiatives that are both ongoing as well as new for this upcoming year. The goal is to update the list of programs. You've probably seen it on the website. All of the different programs are listed and well organized, both for potential students to find a good fit, but also to raise awareness about the field. We're also hoping to continue supporting both the creation and continuous improvement of community psychology programs on again, undergraduate and graduate levels, for example, cross-program collaboration. We want to continue expanding the Knowledge Hub. You can access the resources, you can submit the materials, and then you may have attended already, but we are hosting brown bags, educational brown bags. And so you can propose an educational brown bag that you can lead or somebody else that you know can lead. We also would like to specifically focus on supporting academic freedom for educators, which you know that in some specific states are facing kind of stricter restrictions at this point. And we want to also interrogate the role of community psychology as a field in responding to new policies related to higher education. So if you are at all interested, again, you can see the contact information here, or I'm sure that you can easily find us somewhere on the website, or ask Amber. Any questions, in fact, before I move on to talk about the Global Journal? Awesome. Okay, so I'm also honored to be here representing the Global Journal of Community Psychology Practice as its editor. And so you've probably seen, hopefully you have submitted or reviewed with us. But if you're at all interested in learning about the Global Journal, feel free to contact us at editor@gjcpp.org, or obviously emailing me directly. Again, just a highlight of what the journal is. We're an online journal, both free to publish as well as free to access, and we're going to stay as such, for the rest of the time. And this is for us, it's important to allow practitioners and those working in practice-related areas to be able to produce knowledge and share knowledge. And so articles are, a mix of peer-reviewed articles, not peer-reviewed articles, videos, book reviews, tools, educational tools, and otherwise. So you are invited to submit, and of course, you're invited to review with us. Some quick updates that we're super proud of this year. We have partnered up with KU's Libraries Digital Publishing Services to help organize and streamline the process of soliciting articles, reviewing, and publishing. We're also currently working on our new website, yay, so hopefully we'll roll that out soon. And then, of course, there's so many different opportunities to get published or review, or if you're interested in just learning about the inner workings of a journal, let us know. We have a lot of knowledge to give, and we would appreciate the support of our members. This is a completely voluntary, venue, but we do have some funds every year, so we could support especially graduate students who come from the backgrounds that have been historically excluded from the publishing arena. So let us know if you have a student, or if you are a student, we may have some funds to support you as an intern. Any questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Do we have anyone else who would like to present?
I can go next.
All righty.
And I would like to share a slide if possible.
All right, go for it.
All right. Hope I'm not sharing speaker notes, although I won't need any for this. Hello, everyone. My name is Nicole Summers Gabber. I'm an assistant professor at SIU School of Medicine and their director of social innovation. I've been part of the Rural Interest Group for maybe 4 or 5 years. I am looking to kind of build the interest in this interest group because during COVID, we saw some membership sort of drop off. So I'm taking a step back to see how can we do things to make it more exciting for students, for professionals, and for practitioners. And the first thing that we have done this year is at SCRAW's meeting, we're able to take a step back and kind of think about what are the goals and what are the things that we would like to accomplish this year. So in one of our meetings, we have recreated the goals and the mission statement for this interest group to try and be more descriptive about what we would like to do, especially in terms of promoting collaboration, networking, and sharing information about the urban-rural divide. In the past, this interest group has recurrently created a symposium for SCRAW's biennial. We also have our own column in TCP, and that is written 4 times a year. And oftentimes it's written by a different person each time. So that's a great opportunity for students, early career professionals, or really just anybody who would like to talk about some kind of hot topic that you think is going to interest other community psychologists. We also have a rather active listserv, which presents a lot of opportunities in terms of grants and postdocs and really any kind of resources, all within the sphere of rural research, which is an increasingly, I think, highlighted topic. It's always been important, but I think it's on people's radar much more now. In terms of positions that are needed, I would really, really love to have a co-chair who can help facilitate these meetings with me and share ideas back and forth on how we can continue to grow this and better serve the community at large. It would also be wonderful if we could find some kind of secretary who could help take meeting minutes to make this more organized and who can help try and find a meeting time that is going to best suit everybody. For right now, our meeting times are once a month at 1 p.m., the next one being September 7th. However, we are looking to come up with a more, I would say, standard time based on everybody's schedules, and hope to send out a doodle soon so we can get some more information about what that time will look like. And in terms of our newest initiatives, one idea that came out of our meeting in SCRAW was to either create a virtual issue or at least take whatever that topic is and then convert it to a group authored column for TCP. And we would also like to better document the history of the Rural Interest Group. This was an idea suggested by Amber, and I was really excited about it to show the line of work that has been produced by this interest group. And then we hope in the future, as we can increase membership, to build better collaborative networks where people can work on research initiatives together, apply to grants together, and be able to support each other and share research ideas. And if anybody would like to know more about this interest group, would like to be involved, I put my email below, and please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Nicole. All right, did we miss anyone that needs to share?
Amber, did anyone come in for immigrant justice. I thought Emily was supposed to join she's not here.
No, she messaged that she may not be able to attend. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you all been up to?
I didn't plan for it, but I can of course I can talk about it. Like everyone else, we also met at the biannual, and it was beautiful experience to see all of our colleagues from all over the world again. I think by now we have close to, I'm not sure particularly, close to 300 to 400 members, indeed different region of the world. We had a social gathering. We had a planning meeting, and where we talk about the future of our engagement, which is often the time when we host this meeting on third Friday of the month. Because of the time, it specifically catered to the US-centric people. The rest of the people in the world don't get to show up because it's either too late for them or too early for them. So we're trying to find a way to meet people where they are. So we're thinking of, it's not just going to be the meeting, that's how we're going to generate resources. We're probably going to do, have some kind of, we already have a WhatsApp page, but that's not even as engaging as we want it to be. So we're looking for other methods to hold people engaged. We have, a couple of seminars, webinars. We just had one webinar this past our last meeting with SEDA. So we intend to keep going with that. I think people like that. They come more to that because especially when the guest is someone they know and someone they can learn from. So we do more of that. We're currently looking for co-chairs because my time is almost up, which will be next year, of course. But we usually like to bring someone in so they can shadow the outgoing person. So that we need. Currently, we're going to advertise that in the Scrum list very soon. What else can I think of? Yeah, that's all I can think of. Now, if any other thing come up, I'll probably just bring it up. But right now, that's what we have right now.
And Mashoot, do you want to talk a little bit about the regional network coordinator work that you've been doing? I know that's not a committee, interest group, or council, but just I think that might be important as well for those that may be wanting to engage from other regions or want to serve as regional coordinator.
Yeah,
Oh, you're on mute, Mashoot.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know I muted myself. So I was joking. I said the region is sort of a complicated situation right now, but it's better than what it used to be before. At least we have active members across the world doing different stuff. More than ever, we still need some more. Like, for instance, the person that's supposed to be helping us in Canada, I think she's too busy. She's not been doing anything. Some of the US regions too are not as active as I want them to be. And I've advertised that I'm looking for people, but no one is kind of step forward to help. But maybe we should celebrate the one we have. The both East Asia and South Asian are actively doing so. We just came back from a seminar in Japan, and we're planning one in India. Whoever is interested, we're going to be sending out a couple of details soon. Currently, I'm helping to advise in terms of what they will do with the seminar. So if you feel like you have something to offer in terms of as a speaker, you should reach out. What else? We just finished a nice series, Latin America webinar series with Gabriel, the coordinator in Latin America. He did a fantastic job of pulling different professionals together. And they're looking to publish. I think I just sent a message to Judah. They're looking to publish more in Spanish. We had some send it to TCP. Some of their work, we sent it to TCP. Sort of a summary of what we did with the webinar. What else? Yeah, we're also looking to publish what we did in Japan in a more of the global journal. But that's in the elementary stage. So that's in a nutshell. But if you want to get involved in the regions, it's just to help oversee what is happening in these different regions of the world. please reach out and let's talk about it.
Thank you, Mashoud.
I have a question. That's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Mashoud, do you have to speak like multiple languages to be part of that, or you know?
It'd be helpful, but I don't think it's necessary now. It depends on where you are in the world. It depends on your region. If you want to serve as a coordinator, it will be whatever language you speak to be able to get to the people over there. Because what we're looking for is to sort of is a two-way system. It's for us to tell them what SCRA is and what SCRA is doing, and also bring what they're doing back to SCRA in terms of community psychology or all of these psychological science that we hold there.
Okay. And I have a question for Nicole. What is actually meant by rural? Do you mean like farming areas, or what do you guys mean by that?
Well, that's a really complicated question, but a great one. So I would typically define rural based on community size and proximity to a metro area, but it's not necessarily farming communities. There's a lot of communities that, at least in my personal work, it's really about the types of resources that are available there and the struggles that they go through and the barriers. So some of those could be barriers to broadband access. Some of those could be lack of access to healthcare. Some of those could be, lack in, I would say, workforce participation. It's not always that there's not money there to do great things. There's always money that can be found to do great things, but it can be really challenging to sustain rural communities. And the definition of rural, I think, could really differ from member to member, but we don't really restrict membership based on what your definition is. There's always room for conversation. And I know that in the past, we have had members that have worked with a lot of Native populations as well, which is a huge component in rural research. It's not necessarily my specialty, but I welcome participation from everybody to learn. Most of my work is based in central and southern Illinois. But it's always a learning process from everybody. And I would love to hear stories from the type of work other people are doing and continue to have a discussion about what it means to be rural.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Great questions. And so I just want to take a moment to, just for those that are checking this video out, just to conclude our session, and thank you everyone who is representing a council, committee, or interest group to share what's been happening. We have other groups that are were not able to attend, so definitely check out our website for our councils, committees, and interest groups that you can get connected to. So thank you everyone for attending, and I'll stick on a little bit longer if anyone has any questions. Thanks everyone.
Thanks guys. Bye.